Welcome to the 11th episode of my Let's Play series. Today I had originally planned to get to work on the farms. However, I ran into an interesting conundrum while attempting to do so. In order to produce the farms, I need a large number of tin cathodes, or whatever they're called, for the forestry farms, which requires a thermonic fabricator with a fair deal of power. And I don't really have any way to generate that power without stealing some fuel or something from the workshop, which I don't really want to do. So instead, I will be working on the boiler room, and eventually I may start the boiler up even without the farms. I've got a lot of coal, so I should be able to keep it running for a while without the farms, but we'll see. I may do something different once I have everything in place, but for now, we're in the boiler room, and the boiler will be here in the center. It will be a 2x2 boiler, 12 LP, low pressure, which should be more than sufficient for my needs. But in case it's not, over here I'm going to put a tank of steam, and this tank of steam will feed into some additional steam engines in case I need a burst of power. Over here we'll have a water tank. Now inside it will probably not produce enough water to run this boiler, so it's going to need to be supplemented by another source of water, which in this case will probably be a pump. So that will go up here. In this direction is the wing, my new wing, where the train will be coming in. So I need to connect it over to where the train is, and we'll be running pipes from over the train over to here for processing. This will be a solid fueled boiler, so here we'll have a steam oven, which wood will be fed into the steam oven, and it'll output charcoal over into a series of chests, which will feed the boiler. So for now, I'm going to craft up the boiler first. So I'm going to go upstairs, and I have everything I need, I think, mostly, as well as plenty of stuff I don't. So, need another furnace. Now we have the furnace, 2 fire charges, and surrounded by bricks. I already have 2 solid fueled furnace fireboxes, but I used 2 of them to make my locomotive. And I have some low pressure boiler tanks that I stole from my quarry for the moment. And I will also want to do the water tank. Not quite sure if I actually have any iron. I may have used all my iron to make plates over in the other, over at my farms. Yes, I did. Okay, we'll do that later. So that should be sufficient for the boiler. So for now, we're only going to do an 8 LP. Fuel and water will be fed under the floor, probably. Otherwise we'll be tripping over the pipes, which is not quite ideal. So here's our boiler, and so next I think I'll have to run over to my farms and see how my rolling machine is doing on the plates for the tank. So yeah, the farms, I was looking at them earlier in Test World, and I think I got them figured out how they work. So we'll probably build a tree. Yeah, we'll be building a tree farm originally. So, which is actually nice because then I don't actually need to build circuit boards because it defaults to an arboretum. Actually, I don't know if that's enough iron. Ah, yeah, it should be enough iron. I only need, what is it, 26? 26 blocks for a water tank? So 30 should do. So here's the water tank will be. So basically, it is in the same chunk as the boiler. So we don't have to worry about the water tank unloading, I believe. Yeah, should be in the same chunk. However, the pump will probably be in a different chunk, which means I will need to keep a close eye on it, probably. So we will be attaching these from underneath. Like this. And I need to get some waterproof pipes. So I think I have enough wax to do waterproofing over at the farms. Which I think I'm going to be doing a lot of running back and forth, so I'm going to cut out here. Okay, yeah, I got plenty of beeswax. I've got my little bee thing. I don't know if you noticed while I was running by the other day. I set up a little automated apiary thing. But I'll tell you what, it goes through these frames very, very quickly. So I'm probably going to have to make an automated factory for them if I want to do bees. Okay, so waterproofing. I don't even know if I have any smooths done. Anyways, I'm going to head back to the house. Okay, so back at the house, and I should have a lot of cobblestone pipes, apparently. I'm not quite sure why I have so many cobblestone transport pipes, but we can use those. I probably do not need 40 of them, and I'll need waterproofing for other stuff later. We'll leave it there. So now these water tanks, the nice thing about them is you don't actually have to pump the water out. It'll put it directly into the pipe. Directly into the pipe and directly into the boiler. As you can see, it's already started producing some water, since it collects water from the atmosphere. But inside like this, in a snowy biome, it's not going to produce very much water, so okay, so we'll fill that back in. And we will continue our excavation in this direction. Now, I can't go too high because I'll run into my fireplace at some point. I'm not quite sure when I will do that though. Okay, that appears to be my fireplace. Yeah, I do not know exactly where we're going to end up. Oh, not bad. Perfect. However, due to this fireplace, I think I need to carve out another layer. And then we'll fill this in. I'm gonna need another layer, because I gotta run pipes down here. Well, actually, I think I only need to run a pipe. But I'd prefer it to be less cramped, so... So we will have up here somewhere, not too far away, now with pumps, I find they're less likely to go dry if you give them more than a 3x3 area of water. So a 4x4 area, or 5x5, is even better. Now I could do something lame like use an aqueous accumulator or the equivalent Zycraft thing, but honestly I feel those things take all the challenge out of the whole endeavor. Anyway, so we'll make this a pool of water, and we'll come through here. You can pump water into these tanks, it's just you have to pump it into the top because they will not accept water from the sides or bottom. And I should probably use gold pipes, which I don't have any. So if we put our I think I know how I'll do this. But I'm going to go get some more brick and I'll be back. So to anchor the pump, which I still need to make, I'm going to be using some metal posts, as you see here. I made a bunch of those. And I'm going to paint them black using an IC2 painter. I don't know how many of you knew that was possible, but it's a lot easier and a lot cheaper than doing it by hand in the crafting table. So what we're going to do is Not like that. Anchor it in the middle with the posts, and I was going to make the pump, but I think I forgot. So anyways, that's how that will work, and it'll pipe into there. And to make the pump, I need a bunch of iron, which I have. I need an iron pick. I need more inventory space. I need an iron gear. Was not thinking ahead just there. And I need a bit of redstone. Make a miner. And I have some tanks over here that Soren donated, because he made them when he was trying to make glass or something strange. So there's our pump, and I should have some gold around here somewhere. This will do. Make some gold pipes. And convert them to waterproof pipes. So we're going to need a lot of those. And we also need some water. It appears that I do not have an extra bucket at the moment. So we'll make one. Okay, put the pump in. We may actually have an issue with powering the pump. I don't know if a single redstone engine is sufficient. I might need two, at least. I'll go make those. Okay, so we got our redstone engines, and we seem to have an ability to get to the other side. Okay, we'll cut those off and put switches. We'll go ahead and carve this wall out. Give me a bit of room to maneuver. It's always nice to be able to access your machines after you build them. Okay. Well, I hope that would be sufficient for the boiler and whatever other water needs I have. So we'll let that run. And we'll finish up all that stone brick. Oh, I have a bunch of plates upstairs, which I can use to build the tank. I'm not quite sure how many of these I need, but I need a few. That's probably about enough for the frame. We're going to sink it into the ground. A couple of blocks. We want it to be 4 by 4 and... Wait, no, I can't do 4 by 4. I guess we'll make it 5 by 5 and sink it into the wall too. Okay. You probably noticed by now, but I go through brick very quickly. Anyway, so I'm probably going to need more tank than I anticipated. As I said, this is going to be my surplus tank. basically. It's going to fill it with steam, and then if needed I can flip a switch and boost my power output. Mostly for Buildcraft assembly table. Is the only thing that really needs that much power. Anyway, I'm going to finish the ceiling and be back. As expected, I did not have enough. So, we'll leave that for the moment. I realize I'm skipping around a little bit here, but I kind of need to get the whole thing in place before I can do anything with it anyway, so. And actually building this might kind of stretch my resources a little. Particularly my iron. I got quite a bit that isn't cooked up over my quarry, but not quite sure how much. Probably only a few stacks more. Okay, we don't need that anymore. We do have a bunch of blocks of iron right here. Now I find the easiest way to do that is to put your recipe in here and then put a hopper or something on top and just drop it in here. And it will distribute it amongst the recipe. So we'll probably put a few more of these in. We'll just let that run because I'm going to need a lot of that. And I think I got a stack of gold in here, which I'm going to need a fair number of gold pipes. And you need to make a lot of them into power pipes. And we need, I think we got some steel plates here. Not enough though. I think it would work a lot faster if it had more power. that's kind of minimal power, which I will move it over to my house once I actually have a power source over there. So now we need to install some piping. A little bit of lag. I had a couple of engines, yeah. So 4 of these tanks can run one of these engines, the industrial steam engines. So I will be putting a couple there and probably one over here. Plus there will be ones being supplied by the tank. Need to move them over. And I need some wooden power pipes. Of course the torch is in the way. When is the torch not in the way? This will be running up to the ceiling, where it will meet up with the network that spans the ceiling and connects to all the machines. And to power it, we need to connect it to the boiler. I think I used all my waterproofing, which is a problem. I don't really have that much cactus green, I don't think. So anyways, each one of these engines can or needs a direct connection of gold pipes to the boiler. I know a lot of you use thermal expansion exclusively for this kind of thing, but that's not really my deal. So, and our water seems to be filling up sufficiently. And we finish over here. As I said before, this wand is probably my favorite thing in Thaumcraft. So I'm going to change how that's set up eventually. Anyway, I think I let myself get a little carried away here, and it seems like this episode's going to be a little on the long side. So, I hope you enjoyed seeing some of this, and I will try and make sure I get more resources. Now that I have a better idea of what I actually need, all set up for next time. So, anyways, I will catch you next time.